Hey guys, it's me, Minecraft World, and welcome to episode 4 of Minecraft World on the Air. Let's get this show going. Alrighty, welcome to the discussion on 2025's Primitive War. We already have 2 people currently in the chat. Hello, Antonio. What's up? What's up? And Legend of Flo and Henry. Hey, good to see you there. Oh, God. Yeah, so, Primitive War. This is going to be a fun one. I don't know how many people have seen it up to this point. I know the film had a pretty limited release when it dropped a few weeks ago. And I know of a few people who've seen it, and I know at least one of them is going to be showing up. So, yay. But yeah. But just I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen. Then I'll get the show on the road early. It is pretty early for me. It's a little earlier than when I would normally have done this, but hey, it's the weekend, so I got all day. But for now, I am going to take a page out of Zim's book and just play some Gigabash. Alright, doop. I just I'm just gonna lower the volume to about 20, and then hello.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just a second, I am pulling up Gigabash.
That's neat. Anyway, as for me, I watched the movie about a couple of hours ago.
Primitive War?
Yep.
Let's go! I thought you said it wasn't playing in your country.
Yeah, the sad thing is I had to pirate it. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Fair.
But anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Just gonna actually let's just do random.
Also, if you're wondering the reason why I have the Ice Cube avatar instead of my actual avatar is because I'm on my phone and not on my computer, so because of that I had to do it. Sorry.
I think you can still change your avatar from your phone, but okay.
So anyway, Prison War came out, and we're going to discuss about it.
Yeah, I just would like to stall for a bit and hope for more people because I'm waiting on Kaiju Kuru to show up. He said he's gonna be on.
So, are you want to know what my thoughts are on the movie?
Yeah, go ahead. I'd like to. I think if we could probably get the discussion rolling or starting in some way.
But the question is, was this movie based on like a book or something?
Yes, it was.
So, was the book like very old or it came out recently?
No, the book released in 2017, I think. So,
So that's neat.
and
I remember seeing a lot of art from that book, like all these very feral raptors and T-Rexes and stuff.
ow.
So anyway, as for my thoughts on the movie, I thought it was pretty decent. Like, it's not this terrible movie, terrible schlocky movie, nor do I think it's like the greatest thinks it's a Citizen Kane or something like that. I
Yeah,
thought it's a very run the mill action flick that is not something to be taken all that serious, all that much. And I thought that the dinosaur designs, except for maybe the T Rex, are pretty decent. I especially like how they did the Deinonychus and the Spinosaurus. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of how the Deinonychus are characterized in the movie, I still am like a fan of the designs in general. And I do like, for the most part, some of the characters in the movie. I do especially like the character that I won't spoil, but you know the what his fate turned out to be.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. Generally, I think going in, I was expecting something good. I was just hoping for not a repeat of the 65 situation where it's like that was a film that I was actively looking forward to, but it ended up not being as good as I was hoping it would be. If anything, it just severely disappointed me. Um
Yeah, especially after the main, which everyone was really begging that after that we've had the more original dinosaur properties to adapt instead of just Jurassic Park 100 times now.
yeah. So I'm very thankful that Primitive War didn't end up being a 65 situation. Generally, I really liked the film. I I thought the film was I thought the film was incredibly exceptional for what it was trying to be. Not perfect, not even close, but I'm still I was still really impressed with what we got. Um
Yeah, I can see that.
I
It's been
I have not I have not read the book, so I don't know how it would compare. Um but yeah. Yeah. Um and so hey Vic, good to see you in the chat.
yeah.
Uh
What's
you
up,
gonna
Vic?
hop on you gonna hop on, Vic? I know you've seen the film, so I think it could be cool to have you talk, unless you're busy.
So now that we talked about what our thoughts are, we can now actually discuss like what's about the plot of the movie in general.
Yeah, it, yeah. I'm still waiting on people. Um, that said, before we do so, spoiler warning to those who haven't seen the film. I do highly recommend you go check it out. It is good. So I think starting off, I think visually, this film is just this film was really impressive visually. I think that's one of the biggest things that people. Oh, hey Vic.
Hey,
Yo, what's up? How you
not
doing?
much. Doing good. I might only be on for a little bit since I do start work at 10 for me, but I should be good for now.
Okay,
Kind of
okay.
right, considering in my place it's gonna be nighttime very soon.
Mm.
Hmm.
So anyway,
Yeah.
Vic, have you seen the new Brandon War movie?
Yes, I have. I saw it a little while ago. Um, I
You
think
were one of the
Minecraft was the
first.
first of us. Yeah,
You were one of
yeah,
the
I think.
first people to go watch it.
Yeah,
Um,
And I'm probably one of the newest people to watch it.
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
let's see what we're talking about before we or before I came on.
Visuals. I was starting off with like visuals, just how well the film looks. Um, which, yeah, I would definitely say this film is visually incredibly well done for an indie production. This looks Hollywood grade. I would compare it visually a lot to what Minus One was going for. um,
If anything, it
which
feels like something that the asylum movies were trying to do, but failed miserably.
and I actually wouldn't compare this film to an asylum film. I would compare it more to like something along the lines of Carnosaur or um, Jurassic Park: The Lost World, with obviously elements of Kong Skull Island. Because like Vietnam War, you can't exactly avoid that comparison.
Or Apocalypse Now.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that too,
I
which
definitely
was an
got
inspiration for Kong Skull
like
Island.
yeah, I definitely got like Kong Skull Island vibes from this. And then I would also liken it as like a mix between something like probably like Tremors or Alien or
Yeah,
Aliens.
I could see.
Um,
I could
and
see it.
then
Really,
visually, yeah, visually I thought, well, there's two parts because part of me didn't like how some of the color grading looked. I would have to rewatch it again and see how it compares. Because I think towards like the second half of the movie, I don't think I noticed it as much. But
Mm,
some of the color grading I didn't like. It was something I noticed with I think the second trailer for Ms.
mm,
War, where I just didn't like the color grading in some scenes. The nighttime scenes I
mm.
think are really good. They're really fun to watch.
Yeah,
Um,
I think the sequences
mhm.
at night definitely help the atmosphere a lot. Like that's another thing that I'd say this film succeeds at. Its atmosphere. This is a movie that perfectly understands just how terrifying the dinosaurs need to be and use its world perfectly in order to do so. Or not perfectly, but like really well in order to achieve that. Um,
Yeah. And then CGI wise, I thought that, especially considering for its budget and what kind of film it is, I thought it was pretty good
yeah,
for the most part. There's only like one or two iffy scenes I think in the whole movie that I think stand
yeah.
out. But
The only ones that I really noticed in the film CGI wise was like a brief shot of the Deinonychus sleeping a and a few brief shots during the Quetzalcoatlus sequence. But aside from that, I
yeah,
thought
as
I was
as for
generally
me,
impressed.
what I think of the visuals, I think they are pretty decent, and I thought that the world and the setting of it is very much fits the aesthetic that they were trying to go for. I especially loved how the nighttime scenes are, filmed, and how every action scene in the nighttime scene feels has more of a lighting to it, as the dinosaurs stand out a bit more.
hmm yeah. And like for me, the only iffy scenes where I think where whether that just like one moment where they're attacked by the Quetzalcoatlus. I think specifically when one of them gets shot down. Like I think either like
Hmm.
the animation or something was a little iffy. And then one moment
Yeah,
with the Utah Raptors, I think when they're like in the hallway before they like start going in, I think like the I don't know
yeah,
what you call it, but like the comping on it was like a little rough, I think.
yeah. Braden would probably know more about this stuff than us.
Yeah.
So
Is it the scene where they were trying to break one of the soldiers off, and they had those weird sound effects where their mouths are start clapping?
Hmm. What
mhm.
scene was that again? Or
Probably, when that scene where the raptor tries to bite off one of the soldiers, but in doing so, it makes those weird sound effects while trying to yeah.
was it like the first or the when what was his name? The guy with the sunglasses? Or was it
Yeah, that
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I guess. I did think it was pretty cool though. That that first mutilation. And then yeah, so visually I think this is pretty good.
yeah. Overall, like this film was incredibly surprising, especially I would believe this had a very comparable budget to what Minus One had. I would fully believe that.
I want to say I
Um,
saw it was like 8 million. I think that's the number I saw.
good lord. So yeah, comparable budget. Um,
Yeah.
but that's not to say I wasn't unimpressed with like visually just what this film was and what we got.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah. Um, what else? I mean, yeah. I think also sound design wise, like aside from the weird clunk from the dinosaurs just snapping their mouths shut, it's not terrible. So
Yeah. And I think one more thing for visuals is like if we want to talk about like the designs of the dinosaurs, like I thought
yeah,
a lot of them were really cool.
I was just saying visuals in like broad strokes. I was gonna get to the designs later, but like design wise, yeah, no, I think pretty much every single dinosaur here looks good. I especially like the male Rex and the Deinonychus. I that is just the male Rex is like that's kind of one of my ideal Rex designs, and the Deinonychus just looks beautiful. I
Same.
really like that. I really like how Deinonychus looks. Utahraptors looked fine. I think the Triceratopses were interesting. Were like an interesting color wise. But and I and another standout for me was the Amargasaurus. Um, I think is what it is. It's the one. It's the ones that were like grasping at the trees. Um, yeah,
Yeah. Utah Raptor I think was like my favorite of the one. And I was surprised because I remember people were really worried about it, especially with the whole AI concept art thing that happened like a while ago.
yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
surprised by how it, because from what I've seen of like the like old concept art and then like some of the comics, I thought they did it really well because it has that same like green and black tiger striping.
Mm-hmm.
As for me,
Yeah,
what I think of the designs, I think that out of my personal favorites are obviously the Deinonychus, Utahraptor, and Spinosaurus, especially the Spinosaurus. I really like how it has that very almost yellowish slash golden esque colors to it, and it makes him more pop out, if you will. But I also like how they actually went out their way to make it to update Spinosaurus's look so that it looks more like his 2020's design with his tail, fiddle, that's the look. But I also like
yeah,
Utahraptor's almost like this Raven-esque look to him. So he has a very black-esque feathers to it. So it makes it
yeah.
also much more bird-like. Which, speaking of birds, I cannot even applaud it. I cannot even fathom how much they actually had the balls to give the raptors feathers, which was like the sin like on every movie. Like you should never like give dinosaurs feathers. So I commend them for doing such an act. However, I do am not the biggest fan of the T Rex's design because it's basically just JP Rex but with feathers. I feel like they of all the designs that
I
we
I wouldn't boil it down to that. Actually, I would more so say it has elements of the Jurassic Park Rex, but but both of them are definitely trying to do their own thing. Also, Rose Puppy, hi, glad to see you made
I would
it.
somewhat agree with that, mostly because I think they are like structurally different. Um,
Yeah,
but like
if
the
you pay
head is
attention to
very
the body,
much,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
but the head to me is very much just the JP
get
Rex, but with lips and
I
quills.
get what you guys are saying, but as someone who's a huge fan of documentaries like Dinosaur Revolution Walking with Dinosaurs, especially prehistoric planets, I always am more a fan of artists try to do their own interpretation of T-Rex. Something that makes their version unique instead of just repeating the JP3 T-Rex so much. So, which is why I'm kind of a bit of disappointed that they did not try to make their own model.
Mm.
Mm.
I think that was a
And
thing because I know their Dreadnoughtus was, I think, a rework of the Apatosaurus from Jurassic World.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, and the Triceratops looks very similar too.
yeah, I do like what they did with the colors of all the dinosaurs, though. Like I said,
Yeah, no,
I thought they were
color
really
wise,
cool.
I think these are perfect.
And oh
It's like
yeah,
I'm
if
just
there's one thing I could commend them for is that the T-Rexes, are actual monsters and that they actually act
yeah,
like actual animals.
yeah. Like character wise, I think the dinosaurs are absolutely phenomenal here. Um, each dinosaur still is treated as incredibly dangerous, but they still have their animalistic qualities. Like you just see just seeing them napping, I think, is enough to give an animalistic semblance, as well as just the Rex's characterizations. I really like how those were done. Um, sec. I'm gonna. Oh,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
I was mentioning, like I think
Oh
one of the
yeah,
artists they
I
did was like,
forgot to ask you. I forgot to ask you
oh,
guys, but what are your guys' thoughts on like the design of the Quetzalcoatlus?
I thought that
I
was
thought it
cool.
was neat.
I thought that was really neat.
Yeah,
Um, I like how they had the T Rex in a family dynamic, as it has been theorized that they were pack hunters after sites of families fossilized tyrannosaurs have been found together. Yeah, I think that's an interesting. I think that, well, for one, that helped with the Lost World comparisons, because obviously mating pair of T Rexes, but also just allowed for interesting characterization and action, especially with the third act. Oh boy, that
Oh
was
yeah,
yeah,
if there's one thing I could say something about Quetzalcoatlus is that I actually applaud him for trying to make them feel like take influence from a prehistoric plant by making them hunt on the ground instead of doing what the birds do and snatch them up and eat them from the sky. And I also really like how they made the Quetzalcoatlus have these really weird tongues to them so
oh,
that they stand out from the bunch.
yeah.
yeah, and I
Also,
think that was like something they took from the novel as well. That I
Rar.
know people were hoping they adapted. Hello,
hello.
Kuru.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
We're just discussing designs.
Movie.
Quetzalcoatlus equals flying Dorito, as said with love, as I love it. Yeah,
Movie good.
yeah.
Thanks.
Uh, I don't really know what all of y'all talked about.
We're just
Designs.
discussing the design. We're just talking about the designs right now.
Oh, guess I share my favorites since I'm here. Uh, I thought the designs were like at the worst they were okay. I think my favorites were the Utah Raptor and the Deinonychus, and the Rexes.
Yeah,
Overall, they were good modern interpretations of what we think a lot of these animals looked like.
yeah. Um, yeah. We were also talking about the characterizations and like generally these creatures. The fact that these are portrayed as both animalistic monsters, I think that's just like that's good. That's really good.
Um,
Also another memorable one to me was the Ankylosaur. For as brief as it was, I loved it. It was way too cute. want to pet it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For my
Go on.
Okay, Rose, there's a lot of reasons as to why the raptors in Jurassic Park were velociraptors. At the time, Deinonychus, literally, the film came out right as Deinonychus as a genus was established. Until then, it was called Velociraptor anteropus, not Velociraptor mongoliensis. So that's why it's a velociraptor.
Mhm.
They had figured
Then at
out.
the same time it came out, the Utahraptor was discovered.
I think Utahraptor was discovered a few years later.
Was Utahraptor discovered? Utahraptor was discovered in 1975. I think Crichton was writing the book at that point, but it was formally named. It was formally named in 1993.
I thought that was Deinonychus.
Nope, Utahraptor.
That's weird.
It was described
in all the making of stuff. They just call it They said that they were discussing Deinonychus.
Yeah, I think they were, and then the year of that's when the name Utahraptor was given. So that's when they named the fossils. The fossils were found in 1975, and then the name was given in 1993 when they realized, oh, this is a distinct thing. Met a lot of people who still think that Velociraptor is huge because of it. I mean, yeah, and I think the world films staying the way that they were didn't really help, but the
way it is when you have a massively successful film like Jurassic Park, just kind of people still have interpretations like that. I've met people, I've shown people what we currently think of as Rex, and they're like, it looks so different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank God for Prehistoric Planet.
Yeah, the best interpretations of the dinosaurs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've got some. Yeah, God, I really need to watch it.
You should. I highly recommend it.
It's on the backlog now. Just a lot of things.
I thought you already have seen Prehistoric Planet.
I saw the first episode because it was free on Apple TV Plus, but I still haven't seen the rest of the series. I'm honestly going to wait until the Ice Age season.
Fair enough.
But
let's say, aside from the designs, also what is interesting is how only one of the 5 main cast who died directly due to dinosaurs, the others who died sacrificed themselves. Yeah.
This film is probably what people talk about when they say they want an adaptation of the Jurassic Park book.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very totally what I imagine from those moments, especially the scene where I'm trying to remember his name. The guy who gets ambushed in the introduction for the Utahraptor.
I think it's Logan, right? No, Logan was the sniper. Shit.
His name was Keys or something like that.
I think it's Keys, yeah.
Yeah. Keys. That scene when I was watching it was disturbing.
Yeah.
And it perfectly establishes why, if I was to deal with dinosaurs, I am not concerned about the megatheropods. I am concerned about any carnivorous dinosaur 2 tons or less and any herbivore.
Yeah.
Oh, so you would shoot your pants by the ceratopsians?
Those would concern me, yes, but that's not my biggest concern.
It's the raptors and albeosaurs. And
not just that, any sauropod that gets pissed off.
Yeah, no. That's terrifying.
Yep. Primal has that answer. It has that answer for sure.
Yeah. The most graphic one, and funny enough, he wasn't even killed by it. Yeah. One thing I really like Also, speaking of, since we're starting with the
Okay,
deaths,
he may as well have been, considering he was as good as dead.
yeah, no, there was no way he was going to survive the rest of the movie. One thing I really like about, and I guess this could segue us into the characters as well. One thing I really like about those kinds of sequences is that because we get to know the characters so well and because their bond is so well established, that whenever one of them dies, it hits like a charging sauropod.
Yep.
This film did what I
They kinda
think
go.
Monster Hunter was trying to do, with the cast is just getting picked off.
Yeah, and it worked significantly better.
In part because the camaraderie is very clearly established in both the language being clearly people who've been around with each other enough that they could just go back and forth, no questions asked, and still be all right.
Yeah. Oh, Vic's back. Yeah.
My biggest thing.
Like, you go.
You go. Sorry.
No, you were talking. I cut you off.
Biggest thing about characters for me was I thought
Go on.
I lost my words.
Personally, okay. On my first and especially my second viewing, like my first viewing, I kept comparing them a lot to the cast of Top Gun Maverick. But second viewing around, my thoughts kept going back to Kong Skull Island. Since while these characters are nowhere near as distinct, I think a lot of their like generalizations and their dialogue and camaraderie are just, I don't know, it's engaging to watch. They're just engaging to watch, even if they don't really have that many traits that separate them.
I thought it took me a little bit to really see how distinct everyone was, but I think they were all pretty characterized pretty well. And I think another thing that helped was visually they do look distinct from one another and act that way as well. So I thought the
Yeah.
camaraderie between them and then like their own personalities really stood out. Like I really like the scenes when they're not like teasing the new guy in the tents before they leave, and then how they still look out for each other once they're out in the jungle.
Yeah, they have good chemistry with each other, which is one of the most important things when you have a group of main characters. Yeah, like especially when you have such a, relatively speaking, significant number of cast members, like people that have to be there for the plot. It's also, what was that?
What?
Oh yeah, my phone is going. I have to go now. Goodbye.
Peace out, man.
See ya.
Or I don't know if I think he's probably just got a call, but yeah.
Yeah, their interactions feel real and natural. Yeah, and now that I think about it, like the fact that even if character-wise, they do have their distinct roles, so you could definitely identify them via the roles, but also just their look. Hell, I think this is a weird comparison, but I think it kind of works for the same reason TF2's roster works. Where even if they all act in a very similar manner, they all look and fulfill different roles to the point where each one is distinct enough to be engaging. And even then, all of them have their own quirks.
Yeah, I think, they're all, but I think one of the, you have their commander who's clearly got some skeletons in his closet. The newbie, trying to remember his name, the one with the lot of problems. He was the sniper.
Logan was the sniper. Logan, that's his name.
clearly dealing with some kind of psychosis.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I
like
think it's
schizophrenia or something.
Schizophrenia
Because
is
he
when
said
you
he was
see
hearing
things.
voices,
No, that's
right?
schizophrenia is when you see things that aren't there.
psychosis or PTSD. One of those. It's one of those.
Mm.
It's either psychosis or PTSD. Yeah. So Baker, you have. I think Xavier was one of them. I think Xavier was one of the names. Um, you have hell, even the Russian scientist. I think the Russian scientist Sophia is actually pretty good. I have the cast pulled up, so in case I forget, I'm just looking this
The
up.
only
Let's
three
see.
characters that I thought were the only character that I wasn't fond of was the Vietnamese lady. I felt like she was unnecessary.
Yeah, Hoshi's back. There you are.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
I'm sorry. Deeply apologize. My dad called me and
You're
he was
fine.
wondering
You're
where I
fine.
was. Yeah.
You're fine. Yeah. Yeah.
So, then, what were you guys talking about?
Characters
Some of
themselves
the
and just how
characters and
distinct they
stuff,
are.
but I actually really
Yeah.
like the Vietnamese girl. I actually kind of wish they did more with her because I feel like they saved a lot of that for the end.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
that really could have been.
that was my problem. Is I was just like, okay, why are you suddenly ambushing what's his name and like
Yeah.
stabbing him to death? I was just, it felt very. That's like the one thing about the climax I wasn't really fond of was I felt like her trying to kill that one guy was unnecessary, and either nothing should have been done with her or I should have saw her get eaten.
Yeah.
Wait, are we
then
talking
you had-
about the Vietnam girl or are we talking about Sophia?
Oh, I'm talking
The
about
Vietnam-
the Vietnamese girl.
The Vietnam girl.
She's probably my least favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, I like the two Russians that accompanied her. I think all of them.
Yeah, I think
like
you did
they're
about as much
there
with
to
them.
be. They're definitely there to be picked off, but like they still have some level of enjoyment in them. And
They're
then you have
also just
Jericho.
very clearly like they're just, yeah, you did kind of say it, they are meant to be bodies, but I think the film did as much as it could with them. More could have been done with the Vietnamese girl.
Yeah,
I wish I could say the
yeah.
same about the villain, but nah, he was pretty forgettable in my opinion.
I
He
50-50.
was.
He
I
is a
feel like
little
it
kind
could
of
have definitely been more.
stereotypically power hungry.
Yeah, as Minecraft World said when we were talking about it, tunnel vision, hence why she was attacking him so viciously. Yeah, the problem is that feels a little bit underutilized.
No. That's
they're-
not my problem. The problem isn't the tunnel vision thing. My problem is the whole motive for her comes out of nowhere. I think it's implied by the flashbacks that Jericho is his name.
Yeah,
No, I think it was
not the guy
I think
she
it was
was stabbing.
It was Xavier. One of
Okay,
them.
yeah, Xavier might have been part of a platoon that like attacked her family or her home, and that's why she's attacking him because she recognizes him. But more should have been done with that. She should have seen him earlier in the film and like been wanting to get at him. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And then we have Jericho himself. Drinking game challenge. Take a shot every time he drops an F-bomb. Dude, you're gonna die before the film even. You're gonna die before the film finishes.
He was probably my least favorite character in the entire movie, in my opinion.
Miller. Okay.
Miller, right.
Okay. Oh yeah, he was the Christian one. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for keeping up
I do
with
want
the
to say
names.
one before I go. I'm gonna have to go. I do want to say one nitpick I had with the movie was I felt like they did a lot to avoid. People felt really stormtroopery in this movie.
Yep.
And somehow
I
Monster
felt
Hunter didn't.
a lot of the solutions to things. No. That was for different reasons, but actually, I wish they did something like Monster Hunter because in Monster Hunter, they showed that
I
they
will
were
bury you
bulletproof.
alive.
There was never really a scene that establishes that some of the dinosaurs are bulletproof. and I feel like there's a lot of scenes where they could have easily been shot, and or they were shot and nothing really happened. Like even if they're pretty tough, like they get like there should be more because especially the
Thing
I
is,
love the
like,
T-Rex scene, but like the whole time I was like I even sent the clip. I was like, why don't they just shoot him? Like they're not shooting him.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying the whole time.
I think with the Rex, for one, they would have to be given a limited amount of ammo, and two, you could imply that Rex would be pretty difficult to take down, especially considering that plot is vindicated when the thing rips apart a tank.
Not only that, but just you don't even like need that display of power. Just look at the damn thing. Bears are damn near bulletproof.
Exactly, and the Rex is twice that size.
More
Even
than twice
elephant
that size.
to
Closer
some
to
extent.
3-4 times that size. And depending on where you're hit, you're dealing with feathers, which can also soften the impact. And the only things that I could see realistically taking down a Rex consistently in one shot or two is something like a 50 cal.
Mm-hmm. Which neither side would have.
Which none of them have.
Oh, Lau's here. Hello.
Hello,
Yo.
Lau.
Don't tell me you've
Hi,
seen this
guys.
movie.
No, I haven't. Like, it's gonna release here maybe, and if it does, it's gonna be in a couple of months. Are you talking about it right now, or are you
Yes,
talking like
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah, we're
doing.
talking about it. We're talking about it right now. Feel free to stick around. I mean, Hoshi pirated it, so
That's my
Yeah,
boy.
I'm thinking of doing that. It's just that since I got my new PC, that one has some settings that doesn't let me go into like YMS or Lime torrents. So like I have to wait. But by the way, Hoshi, when you pirated it, was it like cinema recorded quality or like actual good quality?
Sadly, it was a cinema recording.
See, that's the thing. I heard that this movie is good, so I don't want to ruin it by watching it like that the first time.
fair enough.
Like I want to watch it the way it's supposed to be. And if I
Fair
can,
enough.
even if I can pirate it in like HD or something, I still want to go pay for it in the movie in the cinemas.
Well, you have a very terrible audio.
Yeah, wow, are you outside or something?
Yeah. How much can you hear? By the way?
A
All of
lot?
There's like a
We're
rumbling
hearing
accompanying your
like
audio or
rocks
something.
crunching or something.
it. That's
Like-
the sound of wind in a microphone.
Oh,
It sounds pretty good right now. Oh, never mind.
there it is.
Oh, now it sounds fine.
For a little bit, but it's back.
Yeah. Don't worry. Like I'll go somewhere where it's not.
Yeah, but
I didn't know you
also
could hear the music.
I'm gonna have to bounce right now. Thank you for
Okay,
having me,
Lau.
Minecraft.
Thanks.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to bounce. But bottom line, I really like this movie. There's a few nitpicks I have with it, but overall, I thought it was really good. Like a really good campy B movie type of thing. And then I feel like a lot of people are misconstruing what this film is. In a
Oh, we
lot of
will
different
get
ways.
to that.
Are we
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
talk
we
about
will
that
get
on this
to that.
stream?
I hope so. I want to get like general thoughts on the film out first.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Bye, Vic.
Peace
Okay,
out,
Vic.
my man.
The intervention is coming.
Yeah. Also, when Minecraft World and I were in the theater, T-Rex sees dead baby, me, as they say in Mother Russia. That's the one, ya bitches! Valid
Crash out.
See, you're doing the thing I hate. That's not a crash out. That is
I'm joking.
A crash out. A crash out is like an extreme emotionally driven response to something minor. That is a very reasonable reaction to someone finding your fucking child's murderer. That is a very
Yeah.
reasonable reaction.
Yep.
I know. Listen, Kuru, you do things to piss me off. Kuru, you do things to piss me off. I do things to piss you off.
Fuck you. Don't reciprocate my attitude.
Wait, Kuro, what are your thoughts on like Black Air Force Energy?
whatever. Don't really care about that term.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
like
no,
characters who are just. Then again, I say that, but it seems as though I generally like characters that would fall under that umbrella. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, circling back to our characters, Jericho's a fine antagonist. I get that the actor has like controversies, but does that matter to the quality of the film?
Was
No.
that the one people were saying was like a harasser or something?
Yeah.
I read
Yeah.
up on that. That becomes skeptical to me as soon as I realized one of the primary sources was BuzzFeed.
Fun.
That just I read up on it. It's just
Yeah.
I told you about this on chat. I'll go into it a bit here, but why would the reason why I'm initially skeptical about this kind of stuff is, for one, it is sadly very commonplace to see accusations like that on Twitter and stuff, which is where this was posted. And not only that, but I'm just in the mindset of, if this was that serious and why didn't you pursue legal charges when this happened? Well, it feels like now you're just doing it for clout or attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and some of them were worked with them a few years back, and I'm just like, why didn't you do something about this back when it happened? It's I don't know. I'm very initially skeptical of this stuff now.
There's also
This isn't like what's his name? Just a minute. This isn't I'll wait for Minecraft, and Minecraft is gone.
Oh my god, it's now 3 of us.
He'll be back, I think. Something.
Hey, by the way, can you hear me fine, or is there still like a lot of noise?
We're hearing
I'm
it fine.
hearing some background noise, but it's not the wind anymore. It's just your
Okay,
usual
great.
background noise.
Great, that's nice. Okay, yeah, because where I was like on a dock, so there's no trees and there's just wind. So yeah. Wait, Minecraft is gone.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know what happened. He'll be back.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't want to stream without me.
But hey,
I heard someone was like getting accused of something on Twitter.
So apparently, the actor for Jericho in this film, the main antagonist, I read up on it. I think his name was Jeremy Given. Had some allegations of sexual harassment, but when you read up on it, it never went any further than accusations and a questioning, which he was found to be not guilty of. And also, one of the primary sources for it was BuzzFeed. So I'm
BuzzFeed ancient.
And the fact that it never went any further, to me, just screams this was done by someone who just was doing it for attention, which sucks that I now have to think that way, but it's just kind of how it is now.
Yeah. The thing is, it's also
this isn't like some other people which were tried and convicted of other things. Fuck you, Victor Salva and Roman Polanski. I'll watch your movies when you're dead.
There's also, and I was talking with Rose about this. There's also the factor of how much does that actually matter to the quality of the film, especially since he's not even our main character or director. He's our antagonist.
If anything, if it was true, it will enhance it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I'm like that. I don't think it matters too much, and kind of just flies in the face of, is this film actually of quality? Like,
probably.
That's
it's the same.
not judging a film on its own merits. It's judging a film based on one specific actor who is not even our main protagonist.
Who's hardly in the movie as well.
Yeah, he's
I'm
in
gonna start complaining about Home Alone 2 since it has the Tangerine Man.
Oh my god.
That the
Home
I don't
Alone,
know.
That
Maybe
Tangerine Man?
2
Maybe that's a straw man, but I don't know.
Home Alone 2
Who's
does not suck because of Home
Who's the
Alone 2 does
Tangerine
not
Man?
suck. Home
His
Alone 2
name
does not
starts
suck.
with D.
It's our
That's
U.S.
his name.
president. It's our current U.S. president.
Okay. Sorry,
him.
you said the Tangerine Man, and I thought of like a serial killer that I don't know will live like a tangerine after killing someone. The Tangerine Man. Ooh.
Somebody better make that as like a horror comedy movie. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, like the Goodbye Man,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
what was it? Bye Bye Man? Sometimes.
Anyways, back to something.
Characters. Yeah.
One
I'm not gonna watch that fan film Spider-Man Lotus because of who the creator is, but I'm not gonna hate a good movie for the actor playing a side character. Yeah.
I've also just
Thing is-
heard that Spider-Man Lotus just genuinely is not good. So
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I tried to get through it and I could not. It was so freaking dull.
The action
I
and
had
the
a
dialogue
nickel
were bad.
Every time a fan project came out that was a feature-length film about a property I was somewhat interested in, I'd have 4 nickels. And by the way, hang on, the joke, I didn't finish the joke. It's if I had a nickel for every time a full-length fan project for a piece of media that I am in some way interested in came out and was just absolutely racist in every way, I'd have like 3 or 4 nickels.
And if they were just bad, you will have like 10. I remember there was this guy that made like a Transformers Prime animation.
Yep.
Oh,
In
yeah.
like 8 years.
Yep. Oh, no
Yeah,
joke.
and
The
it sucked
characters at
ass.
one point scream white power. You cannot make this shit up.
Oh my god.
Wait, which of those properties were you talking about?
I'm talking about specifically the Transformers fan film, Transformers Prime, Galvatron's Revenge, Spider-Man Lotus, and the Sonic fan game, Sonic Omens.
Oh my god!
I know that there was a fourth one, but
I didn't even know that the Transformers one was like racist. I just knew that
no,
it
it was
sucked.
like really.
I mean, I remember it was sexual. Like what the actual fuck is wrong with you? These are robots. What do you mean? The bad robot is telling the other one that
Clank, clank,
nice
clank,
curves.
clank, 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 clank,
Yeah.
clank, crunch. Ouch!
Thank God, all I can say is thank God Almighty I grew up in the era where I was watching Nazo Unleashed.
Old.
That aged me. Oh god. Oh.
Yep.
yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, back to Primitive War. Yeah, no, overall I just think like character-wise this was
in my head. I kept thinking cuz I hadn't read the book, so this was completely new to me. For some reason, I kept expecting when they were in the lab, oh, there's going to be a Carnotaurus in here. They're going to do the Lost World stuff.
I mean I compared it to the Lost World and I'd stand by that.
Has someone here read the book?
I've read the book.
oh,
What?
Okay, nice. And
Wait,
like,
what?
what will be
actually-
the difference? Like, do you think the movie is better? Or it's not like to shit on the movie. It's just like, would you say that
The
someone
Lost-
should read the book to get something
The
different?
Lost World, I'd say people should just I could get into an entire discussion about the Jurassic World novels and the perception of them.
Oh, I was asking about Primitive War. Like, if someone read the
I
Primitive
haven't
War
read
book.
the Primitive War book. I want to.
Okay.
I thought
Yeah,
you were
me
talking about
too.
the Lost
Okay.
World.
I know Zim has, but he hasn't seen the movie, so
Okay, so
Yeah.
so what I'm going to do in the meantime, while I wait for the movies, I'm gonna read the book. So I get like my need for dinosaur stuff like
One sec.
filled
Is
up
there?
or
I recall there
satisfied
was
or
also a
whatever.
graphic. I recall there was also a graphic novel version. Or graphic novel. Oh yeah, there is. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna look that up too. If the art is good, then I'm going to go with that one. But I think that I might enjoy reading the book more. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
no,
do
I'm
you guys have
definitely
any
gonna.
I was gonna say, do you guys have anything to say about the main character?
Baker's good. Baker's really good.
I really, in general, the main cast was very fun.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite points is the montage where they're walking through it, and we just kind of get a show off of all the dinosaurs, like Baryonyx.
I think that's Suchomimus actually.
I thought it was a Baryonyx.
No,
It looks like a berry.
I think it's meant to be Sucho.
Now I'm curious because it looks. Because in my head I was like, that looks like a Baryonyx.
No, because it had a crocodile in its head, in its mouth, and I think in the book it's actually meant to be a Sucho. From what I could tell.
Maybe. And then it. I'm not sure. In my head, I was like, that looks like a Baryonyx.
It's still the montage. I think for me, my favorite sequence was the Rex attack at the ending. That was just.
I was just talking about one of my favorites. I figured that scene was going to get discussed. Because there is one particular game I want to compare the climax to, because it felt like it came straight out of Dino Crisis 2.
Yep, that's my thought too.
Mm-hmm.
The sheer volume of Utah Raptors, which I will get to that, and specifically the Rexes showing up and tearing the entire facility apart, and kind of similar to the scene where the Rexes trash the Hunter camp in the Lost World film, and just we get to see both of them in action. I really like these designs as well. I like how they portray the male and female. And one of the things I like is how they're almost always together or are very clearly separate, because that's actually something that happens with real animals that mate for life, which I found that a lot of new paleo media that is portraying T-Rex likes to do, is that they're an animal that mates for life. So
yeah, because there's
very commonly as male and female, they will stay together. They are very commonly found together.
Yeah, as Rose said, there is evidence in fossils for the Rexes to mate for life. Yeah.
I also especially like the scene where these two just nuzzle each other. It's surprisingly a really wholesome scene in a pretty brutal and over the top moments. Like
to them, this is just retribution.
Yep.
Yeah. You kill our kid, we destroy you.
And also getting, a charcuterie board.
Yeah. The designs are so beautiful and feel so real. I just wanted to reach out and pet many of the dinosaurs. That Ankylosaurus, I want to touch. I want to boop. I really
careful, they may bite your face off.
I think my least favorite design in this was the Apatosaurus.
Yeah.
But even then, it wasn't exactly the Jurassic World model like people were saying. The tail is different.
Yeah.
You're talking about Spinosaurus.
It shows up. I'll give it that. I think changing it from Spinosaurus from Caprosuchus to Spinosaurus is unnecessary. I think it was just done because people like Spinosaurus. People would not have known about Caprosuchus, but I don't know. I like Caprasuka, so you know.
Hey
Hey,
guys,
either way,
hey,
and either way, it
hey,
works.
I have some news. I think I'm going to be leaving it right now.
All right.
Okay.
See ya, Hoshi. I hope you. It's good that you came on. I was worried it was just gonna be me, Minecraft, and Vic, but seems like we've got more people than
But
expected.
hey, before I go, hey, Kaiju, I am right now going to be watching the series slash anime you were recommending.
Another one to succumb to the Uma Musume brain rot.
But hey, guys, before I go, do you guys have anything to say about like my own original Kaiju that I showed it to you guys?
He's sucking a pacifier.
I know I asked a question in the chat. I haven't checked to see if you answered it yet, but just it kind of looked like a boar, which I like. All
I
of
think it's
your
meant to be a. I think it's meant to be a tapir.
Is
Yes,
it?
that's what I was going
I
for.
thought, to me, it looked, granted, it was late when I was looking at the design, so my eyes aren't doing good for me at that point. But I thought it looked like a boar. Which, honestly, we need more mammal kaiju. So the fact that you're doing tapirs at all is good, because we need more giant mammals as kaiju.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But hey, there's also one thing I want to ask you guys. Hey guys, have any of you like read slash watched a book slash series called Dinotopia?
I have heard of it.
I've also heard of it. I have not watched it or read the books.
You should. I highly recommend it. I think you'll like it. It's surprisingly really wholesome. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll peace out.
Hmm?
Bye.
Okay, dude.
See ya, Hoshi.
There was a site found in Utah of a pack of tyrannosaurs, but not T-Rex, but closely related. And due to the numerous ages, they all dated at the same time and place. They think they were a family. Yeah, so
Family
there's that
units
evidence.
have been like a thing people have thought for Rexes for a few years now. I think about a decade. That Rex is hunted in family groups.
Yeah.
With the but
Yeah,
that's
no,
but the climax. The only thing it was missing to convince me that this is Dino, that I'm just watching a film adaptation of Dino Crisis 2 at this point, is a comically oversized Giganotosaurus.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you something because from the trailers I got almost like this Skull Island vibe. Is that accurate or is it just like the trailer?
Yeah,
I would say that
this is accurate,
film
especially with the
is-
human cast.
Yeah, this film is very similar tonally to Skull Island. I would say it is a little darker.
Okay.
But it is still yeah.
It
Yeah,
is very much
when I
like
watched the
Skull
trailer, I
Island.
was like, I'm sure that now I will start like watching these two together. Once this one releases, because they feel
Yeah.
like they go like well if you watch one and then you watch the other.
Yeah, no, I could absolutely see. I personally am headcanoning this as like part of Kong Skull Island, or like an AU take on Kong Skull Island. I could see that working really well. Pack found. I learned about that pack found when watching a dinosaur edition of Drain the Oceans. That's also how I know
About
Orlopita
Borealis.
Market. Oh, cool. So yeah, no. I think overall this film is just like we've said pretty much everything that needs to say.
I'm very happy
I'm
that this film got all of the press that it was getting, all of the running, the general positive reception.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's just
also generally like. We'll probably touch upon the thematics once we start talking about the reviews.
Oh, we're absolutely gonna do that. But like,
So I'm just trying to. At this point, I'm trying to prolong that part.
yeah, no. No, like as I stated at the start, I'm just very happy this wasn't a 65 situation. Like,
Yeah, for
it's
myself,
not
the
perfect, but
one outside of
freaking hell, it's
my
good.
two main, when I was logging this on my letterbox, I put it at 4.5 stars, which is probably what it's gonna sit at. I could see this. The three main criticisms: a handful of the designs feel uninspired. The change from Spinus, and some of these aren't even like criticisms, just things that I made notes of. The change from Caprosuchus to Spinosaurus felt unnecessary. Although I did like the scene of the Spinosaurus hunting a Triceratops herd, so there's that.
Mhm.
But as I said, some uninspired designs. The Vietnamese girl felt overdone, and I can understand how the climax could feel a little ridiculous. I thought the sheer volume of Utah Raptor was a little unnecessary.
That was incredibly jarring my first watch. That said, I'm not going to pretend I didn't have the biggest smile on my face when they were shooting everything down. It was awesome.
Yeah, but it was
That
akin to
was
the
so-
opening of Dino Crisis 2, where they get ambushed by a T-Rex and just a sheer number of Velociraptors.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You know, that's somehow like really accurate to the novel of Jurassic Park, where they have like this little like hive, like ants underground, and they have like a
Mhm.
bunch of eggs. You know, like that would have been an army if they hadn't, like dealt with it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just thinking about how on earth does an ecosystem like this support that many Utah Raptors?
Uber.
I consider
On top of at least one Suchomimus that we know of, and a Rex family, and Spinosaurs.
Primitive DoorDash, dude. Get up to the task.
Oh my god. I mean, we do see that the ecosystem is slowly growing in size throughout the film, so it's possible that they find like more food as it continues. Plus, Utah Raptors being in that amount would help support the fast growing ecosystems of of larger predators like the Rex.
I mean, I suppose.
And maybe a lot of them die a lot, so like the hunting groups, a lot, like 4 or 5 die each time, but the rest survive.
And I mean, we have Deinonychus outnumber them, I think, twice over. So there's that. Like, there are valid criticisms, like designs could be better for some, and pacing can be better. Yeah, there's... Yeah, pacing-wise, I think the film was pretty solid. Like, this was just... It felt brisk. Felt like everything that needed to happen happened at a good amount of time, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly
talk about it now. Do we want to talk?
I'm gonna go use the bathroom because I need to use the bathroom real quick. But you stall, and then we'll talk about it.
Go
on a tangent about Uma.
You made a mistake giving me that opportunity. Because I finished season 3, and this show has no right being as good as it is.
Which show?
It's a show called Uma Musume Pretty Derby. If you've been on social media at all lately, it's kind of taking over by storm.
No. It's actually also taking over YouTube in the ads, to be fair. I even know the song because there's so many ads for it.
There's there's quite a few songs for the game. I've been
like that's the one I always see in the ads.
Yeah,
then I always take
that's the main theme, but there are quite a few more. My favorite, so my favorite song in it is probably Winning the Soul, but it's so good. Seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Pretty Derby have been... I'm not a fan of sports anime, but this was so much fun. The characters are very endearing, even if it has to show off a lot of characters at once due to just the nature of, like, I think by the end of season 3, we're pushing like 50 named characters. Some naturally getting more focused than others, but the cast is huge, but it is very focused specifically on, like, at most each season is very hyper focused on 2, and then the rest kind of serve as supporting characters. Season 1 is the franchise's baby steps. If you want to at all start watching it, that is something to keep in mind. Season 1's very experimental because they were trying to figure out if they even had ground to stand on with this series. It was definitely more made in the promotion angle for the gacha. But seasons 2 and 3 are where they decided to cook, because you get the ever accursed tool that makes any story insanely good. The accursed tool of good writing. And this leads to season 2 being absolutely just stellar. Having a story about physical hardships and pushing beyond them in order to continue your path. And season 3 has almost kind of the opposite end of the coin of that conversation, where it talks about knowing when it's time to stop. So, like, it's very interesting because where season 2 was about pushing past limits, season 3 is about accepting your limits. And it's just, it leads to some really interesting emotional beats. And I think the biggest thing with this show, it is really funny. I'm very excited for Cinderella Grey season 2 to drop. Because that's going to be so fun, because we're going to get into some crazy stuff. I'm really curious to see how much ground they cover, because the manga is currently on its final arc.
Like, that's a good thing. To be fair, honestly, like when you know that the story is about to be finished, so there won't be any filler or stuff like that. That's really nice. Like, it basically it guarantees you like that peace of mind that you won't have to deal with bullshit.
It's such a... I feel it's such a... The anime... Someone described anime like this, and now I just follow it. Anime is about taking some of the most absurd concepts you can think of and realizing them so passionately you forget how ridiculous they truly are.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know why their culture is like that and everything else seems to be so different.
It.
Yeah, me too. But again, like, I don't really understand the explanation of why.
I don't know. All I know is I don't care.
Because, like, when it comes to their personality, like, Japanese people are very, like, subdued. Is it maybe that they let it all out in that?
That's what I'm
thinking. You know, and everyone else.
They use this as like an outlet. So they just go completely ham in their media, like music and stuff like that, so that they're very subdued in their day-to-day life. It's an outlet. That's what I think, anyways. I'm not gonna claim to be an expert on Japanese culture, but that would be my assumption.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, someone
What I
once said
missed?
that like the easiest or simplest assumption normally is the correct one, but I feel like there has to be something else too. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I'm back. What I miss?
Me
Nothing.
talking about Uma.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
we weren't talking about the movie like itself. We went talking into anime like, but the movie we didn't like go into anything.
All right.
He's dead.
I wanted you to talk about it, morons. What am I doing here? And then he just rage quits.
Musume stream.
I'll give you that chance when we get to it. But yeah,
All right.
let's get to it.
Oh God, we
This
have
is
to
the
talk
other
about
half.
this now. So, do we want to talk about the, for lack of the fucking morons?
Yeah.
This is -1 all over again.
I mean, yeah. This is exactly what people were saying about -1 or G14. For some minor criticisms that that Rose brought up, those saying there is no plot, oh, it's too unrealistic, they found fossilized raptor claw not fresh. Guys, you didn't watch the movie. To those who made those criticisms, and Rose did send me, Rose, if you could, please resend me the screenshots. I know you showed them to me, but could you send them to me physically? Just so you know, we're not vague posting. Just, it's minor critiques like this.
Yeah, I'm wanting to.
I mean, those are the.
There was
those are the
someone
small-
who I wanted to pull up in particular. I've since blocked this person on Twitter just because I genuinely hate them.
Mhm.
But very commonly, hang on, I'm gonna look this. God, I'm gonna have to keep scrolling a little.
Okay. Yeah, those are just
some of the most common criticisms that actually, you know what, I can turn to the accursed place, Letterboxd, because I was scrolling on it while we were talking. Yeah, I found some of the same fucking lower beings there.
I just can't believe that people really just want to complain so much.
Because
these are like the typical
are retarded.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry.
Granted, these are the kind of complaints that dinosaur movies have been receiving since day one, but still.
Oh, no. I wouldn't even say that, because these criticisms are about the criticisms I'm seeing. The dialogue,
the ones that Rose put are some of the ones that people were complaining about since the dinosaur movie since day one. Yours are very different.
Yeah. So I guess we'll tackle those before. So a lot of there's no plot. What do you mean? The plot is very much you just straight. These are criticisms that come from shallow people who are probably watching the film with their phone in their hand and their head up their ass.
Exactly.
It's unreal. It's unrealistic, dude. Did you leave your suspension of disbelief at home? This is dinosaur Vietnam. You should have brought that with you. You should have brought your suspension of disbelief with you. But people, I'm finding this out very much now, and it's pissing me off, is that people are willing to turn off their suspension of disbelief, turn it off and on whenever they damn well please, if it means they can complain.
Mm-hmm.
There's no consistency. How is Uma Musume too absurd for some people? But, like, some other... I know the kind of stuff you people are watching. This isn't that much different.
It is kind of absurd to me.
In spite of the concept of using horse girls, it's a pretty grounded story that goes into the nature of competitions.
Yeah. Yeah. Where, like, how is something like that unacceptable, but Transformers, for example, is? Like, you can just
Yeah.
run with Transformers, something that is just as thematically poignant.
Um,
Or hell,
Yeah.
even Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, it pisses it forever will drive me up the wall. But yeah, a lot of those. Yeah, Rose, I get what you're saying, but those are criticisms that are just some of the most shallow and nonsensical stuff made by people who, as I said, were just basically not watching the film. And aren't my the things that I was seeing online.
Yeah. I mean, they're still
But
worth talking about because I imagine
are they?
that kind of
Are
mentality
we
is
really going to say people who probably watch Adam Does Movies are worth talking about?
No, but the people who made that kind of criticisms are worth talking about because they lead to the mentality that you found. It's stepping at the door. Your mentality is just stepping through it.
I'm confused now. What do
Like,
you?
the ones that like that you're talking about, the ones complaining about it thematically, are stepping through the door.
Oh yeah. Okay. And I guess I'm going to talk about this now. Very commonly,
Yeah.
before I went to see the film, I was seeing online that people were saying the film had racist and homophobic dialogue. The film was also, and that the film was glorifying the Vietnam War, and there was also the Jeremy Given stuff. And apparently, it was accused that one of the promotional images for the film or something was AI generated, which I think was later proven false. It was just an artist who had a very similar style to what is commonly considered AI art, which Twitter is where art goes to die. I just stand by that.
Yeah. I know there was a controversy with Primitive War using like AI art for concept art.
I thought that got disproven.
I think that's still up in the air. I don't know. Either way, it clearly didn't inform a lot of the finished product outside of like maybe the color schemes. Keyword maybe.
Yeah, it very clearly, if it was used, it clearly didn't have much in terms of bearing. But the thing I'm noticing, people say, "Oh, the dialogue was racist or homophobic." Where? Like where?
What? Any specific sequences you can talk
lines
about
that you want to talk about? And if you're going to point to the general treating Vietnamese people like that, that's realistic.
That's
and
how
also,
they were treated
he's portrayed
at the time.
as a fucking prick.
Exactly.
This is like people complaining about Darth Vader doing villainous things. Me when the villain is a villain. And
yeah.
And not just that. The other thing that I'm seeing is yeah.
It's like,
all right, hang on. I found something. Half a star. Damn. Quote, this is on Letterboxd, by the way. I've been scrolling for a bit. Quote, a self-masturbatory, worthless excuse of a movie that was solely made to uncritically engage in the aesthetics of the Vietnam War. It treats the bodies of Vietnamese people as disposable as the CGI dinosaurs that they slaughter in the beginning of this movie. Also, just because your movie is supposed to be period accurate doesn't give you an excuse to say the G slur every 5 minutes, racist ass American movie.
What's the G slur? What the fuck?
That's my question.
Yeah.
And this is a problem that I, as a non-American, have with your culture, guys, and your language. Everything's a slur nowadays in 2025.
Everything is. I've been complaining about is how everything is apparently a slur. For one example is apparently a scientific term called hermaphrodite is now being apparently used as a slur for trans people. I was said that's a slur for trans people, and I'm like, well, science called. We're taking our word back. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a scientific term used to describe animals that have both genitalia. So shut up. It's just, yeah, there's that. I'm seeing a lot of people ranking it similar to what I was doing, and then occasionally for every 5 of that, I'm seeing one person complaining about that.
Yeah, I mean, I have
The Gisler, Giganotosaurus.
I don't know. And the thing I notice, you ever wonder how these people make these claims yet don't have any evidence to ever back this up? It's almost like the film's text is directly contradicting you.
Exactly. Because, like, people saying, let's talk about the pro-war thing real quick. People saying it's pro-war generally did not understand why our main group does what they do in the film. Like,
I don't know, the fact that to them, at first, it was just another job, but once they realize that this is bigger than anything they have ever even could have comprehended, what's one of the lines in the film? This power is too great for anyone to have, us or them.
I don't think you could get more explicit than that.
What do you mean
This film-
uncritically engaged? The fact that most of the group doesn't like their commanding officer, who's already established as probably being a little racist to Vietnamese people, and they work with multiple Russians who are also defecting in order to bring this project down.
Exactly.
The
This is
film also
ending an
generally
apocalyptic
goes into
scenario
just how generally miserable the characters really are, with the fact that one of them just is like pretty much on the verge of shooting themselves in the chin with their sniper rifle.
Something that they actively do. Something that they finally do. Granted, not because of the war, but because everything just became too much. But still,
yeah.
The war is the setting, not the plot. Yes, exactly.
The plot is, welcome to the jungle, we got fun and games.
Exactly. This is a film that is about as pro-war as Kong Skull Island was, which is to say, not.
At the absolute most, it is pro-neutral. But with these kinds of people, if you are not, like, beating it over the head, the war was bad, it was bad, it was bad, it's not enough to them. There's no room for nuance. Because that's the thing that scares them. Because nuance scares their black and white brains.
This is the same thing that people were saying about Superman, about -1, about G14.
You were saying this about Superman? Really?
There were some people saying it. Not as many, but some dumbasses were saying just that. Granted, I think...
Oh, yeah, that it was pro-Israel or something like that. Or pro-Palestine.
Okay, here's another one that pretty much manages to somehow list off every single thing. It's another half-star release. Acting is so bad that it's borderline racist. That's... God, I hate when people
How are you being
acting.
racist when you're portraying Americans?
Because don't you know all Americans are racist? Don't you know? Directed so poorly that I spent most of the action scenes trying to figure out what was going on. The only scene I could understand that for is the Deinonychus cave and maybe a bit of the climax.
And even then, the point of that is to be chaotic.
Yet the point of the scene is that it is a cramped thing where they are in the middle of a dark cave where they can't see for shit and are being swarmed where the only source of light they have is their gunfire. Of course, it's a little hard to follow, but I genuinely think that you might need to get your eyes checked then, because I was able to comprehend that, and I have eye problems.
And even then, the fact that it is so difficult to see actually adds to the tension because you're still building up to the reveal that there are dinosaurs here.
You people are stupid! Glorifies the Vietnam War in this day and age. You ever wonder why these people just make these claims and then never have the evidence to back it up.
What
It's
about the film
almost
is glorifying the Vietnam War?
What? It's certainly not. It's
Is it
certainly
the
not
fact that is it the fact that there is a Vietnamese character as our antagonist, as one of our antagonists, as a minor antagonist?
I mean, have you
Is
looked
that
up
it?
some of the crazy shit the Viet Cong were doing?
Yeah. Despite pretty much every single major representative of each side's military is portrayed as either unhinged or or assholes or both.
Unhinged, stupid assholes. Most of the time, all three.
Yeah.
Or power hungry in the case of the main villain.
I mean, I classify that as under unhinged. So
fair enough.
But yeah.
Their brains are just so Twitter rotted.
It's like, anything else on that review?
It's just, I just don't get how people are this dumb. I'm almost convinced, I'm still half convinced that this is all rage bait.
I mean, now we know that it's all monkeys, actually. So it's angry monkeys.
That is the greatest scene in Superman. I'm sorry, is the rage baiting monkeys.
Cinema.
That was
in all of
fucking beautiful.
Art, humanity as a whole.
I'm not joking.
Big.
I had a packed IMAX theater for my showing of Superman. Literally every single person started at most cracking up a bit. And at best, I heard full-blown laughter.
Exactly. Same on my end for both of my showings.
It is painfully accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It is insane how I can empathize with and read characters in complex, nuanced situations better than someone who isn't autistic. Like, the stereotype is that I am bad at that.
Same here.
Yeah, that's literally the...
It's like,
shit, maybe Predator 2018 was right. Maybe we are the next stage in human evolution.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Because it's like, yeah, that is right. Like, how the stereotype is that we are bad at that. So how are we able to grasp this better than you? It's why I'm convinced half of this is at minimum. Some of this has to be rage bait.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe I'm falling for it. Maybe I'm falling for it since
I think that they have rage baited themselves. These people just want to be angry because they're
want to be angry
drinking
and
a Starbucks. Yeah.
And
their lives are too
such a miserable existence.
One sec. Streamception for a bit. I have Rose's reviews right here.
Oh my God.
God awful. I would give a 0 if I could. As a longtime dinosaur fan and Jurassic Park fan, I hated Jurassic World and was so excited for something new. I also love the subject of war in media, especially sci-fi, and so I thought this was going to be the best thing I've ever seen. I spent $30 and walked in and gave it time to set in. Awful. The acting awful. The script awful. It was so bad, I left. It made Jurassic World seem amazing. I mean, Jurassic World is good. Not to mention, they found a fossilized raptor claw instead of a fresh one. Like, what? That's a nitpick.
That is this is a... I'm gonna jab Rooney for a second. This is a Black Rooney level nitpick. This is like some of the pedantic stuff he complained about in some of his older videos.
Mm-hmm. Then we have the T-Rex chase sequence. They hide behind a branch a few feet away. Even if it couldn't see them, we all know that it would be able to smell them. I mean, it very clearly does. They juke the thing, hide, and it's still looking.
I don't know, the fact that it's sniffing the exact branch they're behind, clearly it smells something, it just doesn't see anything yet.
Yeah. And then they fall off the cliff and take a total of 5 minutes to get away while the Rex chills around them and lets them, and lets them, and then the T-Rex just swim to the other side and roars like it doesn't even care that they're there anymore. The Russian accent was so bad, and the script felt like a porno. What? What?
Dude, these people are masturbating with fucking Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Like that's some high quality.
I've seen pornos with better writing than this review.
Exactly. The Rex swimming away. Yeah, it's looking for its mate.
Yeah, it's
doesn't
trying to
care
get back
anymore.
to
The
it.
thing-
It's now Sarah. It's well, for one, it's also like chased the people away from the nest, which is the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
It very clearly fell into the river by accident, so now it's trying to get out. I don't know, or the fact that maybe, since we now later know what's in the river, maybe it knows that there's freaking Spinosaurs in there.
Exactly.
I'm going to kill you people.
Okay. I do not know what most of these bot accounts are saying, but honestly, this is the biggest piece of shit movie I've seen with dinosaurs. I chose not to say the new Jurassic Park because it looks like shit, but this is just as bad. Do not believe the comments made in this review, as they are all not real. I have just finished watching it. It's god awful. I was so keen as a dinosaur enthusiast, but this was awful. Like, not even funny awful, just awful. Okay, you want to elaborate on why it's bad? Especially since you haven't seen the Rebirth. You haven't seen Jurassic World Rebirth?
I think that there's two groups of people. Actually, no, more than two, right?
I'm going to post
There's
some
a-
links to some reviews on Letterboxd just to show that I'm not actually vague posting.
Yeah, send me those on Discord or Instagram or whichever one works. I mean, Rose sent
I'm
it to
sending
me
them
and
to
stuff.
you on Discord. Give me a minute.
Okay.
I'm sending the one that one of the ones that I read. I got a few more.
Okay. Yeah.
Worst
movie by far I've seen at the cinema this year. You want to say that to Lilo? You want to say that in comparison to something like Lilo and Stitch?
Ohana is family, and your family is now the feds. These people are brain dead. They're just
Terrible script.
These are
Terrible
just
script.
people who
Awful
go
acting,
and watch
dreadful
like one or
accents, no
two
character
every year.
development. The T-Rex chases soldiers off a cliff, goes for a swim, and then wanders around roaring, no longer interested in its prey. It wasn't even bad funny. It was just bad. When is it going to end bad? We walked out before the movie ended. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. The thing is, none of these guys are substantiating on it. Okay? Why were the accents bad?
To be fair, like, I'm going to give it this. We're not exactly looking in the right places for this. I feel like we're going to have to wait for the video essayist to try and talk about this movie.
Oh, God. Yeah. So these are just 3 of the ones that Rose sent me.
Because I'm not seeing any reviews. I'm not seeing any reviews outside of the ones that, like, come from the superficial places, which, I hate those guys.
These people think that T-Rex is only a bloodthirsty murder beast that won't stop till it kills. Like, I'm sorry, even predators we have today aren't like that. Yeah. Again, times have changed. Hell, that comes from people misinterpreting what Jurassic Park's Rexes were. Both of them. Both the book and movie. Like, even the book had some animalistic elements in its Rex.
It's just, why are these, like, I'll give it that we aren't exactly looking in the right place for this. I'm just happy that in general, most people, the general reception is positive with the occasional criticism from people like that. But it's just like, I gotta wonder. It's why I'm kind of with Gojin on this. I'm just like, how do you people function
Exactly.
in your day-to-day? How do you live like this?
Yeah, it's just like
That's what social media does.
That
I'm gonna share,
That's what social media does.
I'm gonna share one of the reviews that you sent me, Kuru. So, streamception for a second. There we go. This is a pro-Vietnam War military propaganda film, down to the dehumanization of the Vietnamese people. Instead of saying anything about anything, it opts to revel in its side and try to make us root for the bigoted asshole gun guys. The script is peppered with slurs, but it's okay because they have gun. Disgusting that this was made to the screen. Don't watch this.
Are these
again? What are you talking about?
Are these the same people who are behind Something Productive?
I believe it.
This is a pro. Okay, at least this is some kind of. This is making some more claim other than the film is racist. So let's go with that. Down to the dehumanization of the Vietnamese people. Okay, let's look at this for a minute. Because this is, I'll give this guy this more than most other people. Still not much, and still not good. Down to the dehumanization of the Vietnamese people. I don't know. The fact that they're treating us like this is not the main guy treating them like this is a kind of a tertiary antagonist and not someone the people like.
Mm-hmm. Like the film actively portrays him as not being a good guy.
He's not a good person. And is keeping them in the dark about a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It opts to revel in it. Instead of saying anything, it opts to revel in its side and try to make us root for the bigoted asshole gun guys.
So because we're following Americans, it's naturally going to ask us to root for bigoted people, right? Right?
Isn't that racist?
Ignoring the Russian chick in the room.
She was hot.
Yeah.
Instead of saying anything. But like, what do you mean revel in its side? Like, where's the glorification? Where's like, all these people are so cool? No, they're portrayed as miserable.
Every single one has their own active struggles and doesn't like being there. It's every single major character. And I do mean every single one of them except for our main antagonist. Doesn't want to be in that situation.
The script is peppered with slurs. What? Which ones?
Such
I
as?
didn't know any. Where were the slurs? Tell me, so that I can beat you over the head with them. Yeah, oh wait, this is America. Everything is a slur, including this.
Yeah, just.
I hate.
Why?
I hate it here.
Why?
Anyways, because I sent you like 4 of those. If anyone accuses me of vague posting, I'm just gonna respond with those 4 links.
Yeah, and maybe more if you find any. Or hell, if we get to the video essayist, whoever it is.
God, please don't be Gramuglia. Please don't be Gramuglia. Please don't be Gramuglia.
Please don't. I don't want to talk about him again.
We really should just like not make a stream about it. We shouldn't give him the satisfaction of our attention.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. If it's like,
unless it's that bad.
If it is that bad, then, or like, we'll see. If it's Adam Does Movies, then okay, fine, put him up. But oh god.
To get us back onto the to get us back on topic, it seems as though, in spite of the people acting like this, most reception to it is generally positive, and people just saying it was a fun movie.
Yeah, I mean, Drinker generally enjoyed it. I know all of us have different opinions on him. I am neutral on him. You two don't like him, but I mean, he quite enjoyed the film a lot. And pretty much everyone else who saw it that I've seen really, really enjoyed it. There was one person who didn't, but had their own valid opinions. It was just like, I get why people enjoy this one, but it wasn't my thing. Okay, fine by
It has
me, so
nothing
long
to
as
do
you're
with the
not.
quality of the film. It's just kind of acknowledging it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, that's similar to how I feel
Which
about
is
something like Napoleon Dynamite.
which is a
I
valid thing. You have your reasons. I'd honestly be interested in hearing why it didn't work for him. That would be an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I think he did list it. I don't remember the video. At least I don't think I finished it, but that was pretty much the thesis of like his problems with the film. It just wasn't his thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah. 1 sec. Let me find it actually.
Do you think we'll get like a continuation?
I believe it.
I mean, I know that there are more books, so
I think there's like two. I think there is a second book. 1 sec.
Primitive War books. I'm looking it up. Don't worry.
Yeah. Streamception for a second. So this is the video. I really wanted to love Primitive War review by 3C Films. Like 3C Films, if you're watching this, fine by me. No, just don't start calling the film pro Vietnam or pro war or anything, and you're
yeah.
okay.
So we have the first. Okay, yeah. So it seems like there are 4 books actually.
Yeah.
So
I think
you have Primitive War 2, Animus Infernal, which is the second book, and then you have The Hunting of Stalker Force, Primitive War Dispatches, Volume 1.
I think that's side stories. That's a group of side stories.
Yeah, that sounds like it's side stories. And then you have the Bestiary, which probably just shows off all the different creatures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, I think we've done about as much as we can.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Lau, are you more interested in the film now than you were before? I know you were already interested going in, but
I am not necessarily more. I was like already on the top. Like if you can be interested in something like, sorry, a bunch of people are laughing at me here. But yeah, like I was already on a 10 out of 10, so I couldn't get more interested. Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
just
you can
the
get an
Skull Island
11.
vibes.
Yeah.
No. I can't really. Like, I knew it was gonna be good, but suddenly, like, it can only go down when you know you might not even watch it in cinemas. Like that always sucks. You know, like when you know, oh, okay, I don't live in the US, so fuck me. And that always kind of like detracts. But in this case, it doesn't even do that. Like I still like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I still want to watch it, and I liked everything that I've seen so far. And these people will complain about something else tomorrow. You know, like they already forgot their complaints about this, so I don't even care about them.
Movies to talk about. Why are you not complaining? Oh wait, you were complaining about Lilo and Stitch when that released, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a wrong reason to complain about the Lilo and Stitch remake.
Yeah.
I don't like that there were Hawaiian people there. I don't like Hawaiians. That would be the wrong reason, you know. There you go.
That would be the wrong reason.
Okay, but at that point, okay, you know what? Fair enough, but there is something that I gain from that. I get the chance to laugh at you.
Fair.
You went into Lilo and Stitch not expecting Hawaiian people, really? You deserve to get bullied.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I would love to genuinely discuss criticisms with people, but they have to be valid. If you can't have a genuine discussion about it, if one side keeps bringing up made up BS, yeah.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't granted. Sometimes I wish I wasn't God's gift to media literacy, because then at the very least I wouldn't be driven up the wall every time. Like I just see these peasants. Say shallow stuff like bad plot, bad acting, and stuff, and not be able to substantiate their claims.
Mm-hmm.
In case it wasn't obvious, that is a very obvious joke of me playing up my arrogance.
Uh-huh. Nani's actress isn't even Hawaiian.
That's the
She's white and
problem.
She's white and Filipina. God, no!
I mean, I could get into why that's a problem, but I don't know. That was pretty important. The whole Hawaiian angle is pretty important in the original movie. I don't know. And like, I don't know. Maybe this is a little. I mean, it has no bearing on her ability to play the role. Not that she's good at it either, but I feel like unless you can't do it convincingly, play characters that are your ethnicity in live action stuff. Unless you can do it convincingly, like you like Tom Holland, who's actually able to do. Oh, excuse me, he was able to do the accents despite being British.
Mm-hmm. Or everybody here who is pretty much Australian, I think. I know a good chunk of the cast is Australian, so, but they could still play Americans pretty well, or Russians even.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, that's something that I stand by is that in general, I don't think it should have too much of a bearing on your ability to play a role. But it's just one of those many things that really I could understand it leaving a sour taste in people's mouth, considering how much Lilo and Stitch likes to gut the original film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Defiled the corpse and left it out back.
Yeah. That. All right. One sec.
This has been
Baker's
fun.
Australian. Baker is Australian, but a few of the others are American. Sophia is Canadian. My point. But yeah, I guess it's a good time to wrap it up. TLDR, Primitive War, good.
The
Been
film's
upset
good.
it was.
It has actual themes about why, just how miserable the people on both ends of the Vietnam War are, and just it's also
just a fun time.
Genuinely fun action film. It knows what it is and uses the setting of the war in order as a backdrop to tell a generally good creature horror story.
Yeah.
This film is why I'm excited for Beast of War.
Yeah, that's gonna be God. October is stacked.
The more and more I
Jesus.
look at it, the more I'm like, good God, that month. I'm not gonna have a bank account after that.
Yeah, no.
I was looking at it. I got Beast of War. Hang on. I'm trying to think about all the stuff that's in there because I know I've talked about it a bit.
Beast of War, Frankenstein has its limited theatrical run.
I hope that there's I hope that there's one close to me.
Yeah, same. I mean, either way, we're going to be able to watch it on Netflix. So
yeah, we'll just have to wait a bit. Well, once some of us get the chance to watch it, we'll probably organize a stream on Sea Monsters channel.
Yeah, I know that's what C has been talking about. Like, once it releases on Netflix, give us some time to rewatch it or watch it, and then we talk about it there.
But like, you got for myself, Cinderella Grey season 2 comes out. Beast of War, the Frankenstein,
Jurassic World Evolution 3, I think.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned
the
that
Chainsaw Man movie is coming out.
one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was missing a few things. Yeah. Cinderella Grey season 2, Beast of War, Frankenstein, the Chainsaw Man movie. Like all of those are like shows or movies that I'm very excited for. There's Jurassic World Evolution 3, and then there's Pokemon Legends ZA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna have a bank account. I'm gonna go into credit card debt.
Oh boy. Real quick, before the stream ends, I just found a review that says the dinosaurs just rampage as if we didn't have a whole subplot of the T-Rex trying to find its mate in the babies. Yeah.
How
So-
many of those people might be like Jurassic Park fans that just feel like very defensive about the fact that there's a new potential like franchise that
No,
takes the spot?
I
Like,
think
there
don't think
must
most
be
of them are.
some that are like
I don't think
no,
most
not
of them are
most of them, but
Jurassic.
I think that there
I
are
don't-
some.
I think most of the bad reviews are just paleos who couldn't vibe with this film for obvious reasons.
Yes, I don't even think so. I mean, yeah, there's like a level of pedantics on it, that you might get from someone that's like a connoisseur. Oh, I went to university to study paleontology. Like, I get it, but also like I very much see the fact that you just have people that want to shit on something that are considered fan.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they're like, oh, I'm a film critic. That's most of it, I'm sure. Like, or people with blue hair and nose rings, like the typical kind.
Mm-hmm.
So some of those complaints are very much that, but also like, I don't know. Like, I know that some people might get a little bit protective when they see competition for a franchise they like.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's most of
I know
them.
Monsterverse fans have had it, so yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, Monsterverse Godzilla fans have dealt with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. And obviously we've seen how the Snyder Bros acted with Superman. So
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just funny.
And I just think that actually Jurassic Park is more capable of that. Like, Snyder Cuts are like a completely different thing. Like, nothing can compare, right? But like Jurassic Park fans are way more than like Monsterverse fans. Like, that's why those movies make so much money, and also because of kids and families, right? Kids who like dinosaurs are always like that.
It's also is just
you only
because
get them one movie
dinosaurs
a
are
year.
a bit more universal than Godzilla.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, I think now would be a good time to finish it off. You two have any I just want to say thank you to Hoshi and Vic for showing up earlier as well. And yeah, Primitive War good. I think this is maybe not the Jurassic Park killer, but it's gonna be a step in the right direction. I think I really hope
that are feature dinosaurs. That's the main. Jurassic Park has a monopoly on that in the film industry. Not by kind of just as a byproduct of no one else making.
Yeah, it's just a default and no one else is making something good. That's all.
Yeah.
At no fault of those movies.
Yeah.
I think but this lived up to what I was hoping 65 would have, and just overall great time. I am very excited to rewatch this once it comes to digital. And
I hope it has a physical release soonish.
Oh, absolutely. If there's a 4K release, I am buying that day one.
I hope it just comes out in cinemas in my country. That's all I want.
Too bad you weren't born in America.
America. Hey, do you think they have this movie in Vietnam?
No.
I do not. That is Oppenheimer in Japan all over again.
Yeah. I mean, that would be funny, the fact that they only released it in the US and also in Vietnam. Those are the only two countries.
I mean, they also released it in Australia, so
no. Here would be the funny part. It releases in Vietnam. They like it.
Screw you, everyone who was saying it was pro-Vietnam. Pro-war.
Oh, yeah, that would be so funny considering all
if
stupid
it
reviews.
released in Vietnam and they liked the film generally, that'd just be the biggest middle finger to everyone who said it was pro-Vietnam War.
I'd probably just die laughing.
Watch it release in Russia and they also like it.
They're like,
I mean, Russia is very secluded.
They just like watching the Americans get eaten.
Yeah. Russian movies are really weird. Remember that time that they released like a game that became a little bit mainstream? And it was like the one time? And it was basically Bioshock, but with Russia, Soviet Union.
I don't remember actually.
I honestly
Yeah.
it was mostly because the robots were hot. That's why I wasn't even like the game itself. Everyone and their mom wanted to fuck the robots.
Good lord. Anyways, yeah, Primitive War good. So yeah, thank you to Hoshi and Vic for showing up earlier, and thank you to you guys for staying on. This was a lot of fun. Hey, do you guys have anything to shell before leaving?
No, but I do have recommendations for people.
Oh boy.
Go watch Uma Musume. Go watch Gurren Lagann.
No!
And
No!
yes, you are next, Vic. I'm like that one image of. No, it's that clip where the guy from Princess and the Frogs gets just dragged down by all of the just boom,
Yeah,
boom.
Dr. Facilio's death.
Yeah, his death, just getting dragged to hell. That's just me dragging you all into Uma.
No. You're not dragging me. If you were COVID, there will have been no quarantine. That's how much you're not dragging me into that.
Too bad. I already have your ankle and my hands. You're coming with me, boy.
I'm slippery. Don't pull me. I will come.
Why have you oiled yourself up?
I'm always ready.
Always ready with a bottle of oil. Why? Seems kind of.
You know.
You're
freely.
gay.
I'm joking, by the way. I don't know why. Like, I heard that someone said 3D as a joke on a stream, and they were like kicked out.
Yeah. All right, Lau, you got anything?
No, not really. I'm just like working, like doing pre-production for my first video. It's gonna take a long time. So yeah, no, nothing. Recommendations? Not really, like nothing new. Like I guess reminder, if you haven't watched Furiosa, like till now, like watch it. It's on Netflix here, so I just watched it last week, and yeah, it's really nice.
Neat. Yeah, and then you can find me on Instagram, Blue Sky and Kara. I'm posting those links into the stream itself for those interested, and they're also in the description of this video. And obviously, my videos are on this channel. I have been starting college, doing animation work. I shall probably be posting those once the semester ends. So yeah, and recommendations go, obviously, once it releases digitally or if it's in theaters in your country, go watch Primitive War. It is really good. Go watch the movies of Guillermo del Toro. I have been going through his filmography for the past few weeks, and it has been very, very interesting. I watched Pan's Labyrinth yesterday, and while it's not a film that I'd go back to consistently, I still really enjoyed it. Yeah. Anyways, take care. Peace.
Bada bing, bada